Today, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi said there's COVID relief momentum on Capitol Hill, with lawmakers coming together on that $900 billion bipartisan proposal.
It's not text yet, it's a framework. So as they work on the text, we hope it'll take us very close to something we can put into the omnibus, which is at the same time being worked. President-elect Biden has said that this package would be just, at best, just a start. And that's how we see it as well.
Coronavirus relief isn't the only C word lawmakers are talking about on the Hill today. The other one, cannabis. Today, the House passed a bill to remove marijuana from the Federal Controlled Substances Act. This is the first time a full chamber of Congress has voted to federally decriminalize cannabis. NBC News correspondent Leigh Caldwell is on Capitol Hill. Leigh, we will, of course, get to the coronavirus relief bill in a moment. But first, let's talk about this historic vote on marijuana legalization. Why did the House take this up now? And what are this bill's chances in the Senate? Does it have any hope at all?
Hey, Allison. So the reason the House brought it up now is because there's already a lot of states around the country that are already doing this. And in this past election, there are 5 states that legalized marijuana, including red states like South Dakota and Montana. And so what it seems like House Speaker Nancy Pelosi decided to do is just use the momentum that's happening at the states already and make a statement that the federal government is on board too. Now, what happens to it in the Senate? We do not expect the Senate to prioritize this before the end of the year. There is not much time left. They're trying to get out of town before the holidays. And if they don't get it done before the end of the year, well, then they have to start over in the new Congress. But still, Allison, this was pretty historic. This is the first time that a body of Congress has voted to decriminalize marijuana.
Leigh, top Republicans have been criticizing the Democrats for voting on this today, the bill passing mostly along party lines. But Republican Congressman Matt Gaetz had a message for his colleagues. What did he say?
Yeah, so Matt Gaetz is a big Trump ally, and he was the only Republican co-sponsor of this legislation, along with dozens and dozens of Democrats. The vote was lopsided. Only about a handful of Democrats voted against it, and only a handful of Republicans voted for it. Well, one of those Republicans, obviously, is Matt Gaetz, who is a co-author of the bill. Let's listen to what he had to say, and we'll talk about it on the other side.
My Republican colleagues today will make a number of arguments against this bill, but those arguments are overwhelmingly losing with the American people. In every state where cannabis reform was on the ballot in this country, it passed. It passed with overwhelming support. Matter of fact, the only thing that I know that's more popular than getting out of the war on drugs is getting out of the war in Afghanistan. But if we were measuring the success in the war on drugs, it would be hard to conclude anything other than the fact that drugs have won.
So Representative Gaetz, a Republican from Florida, is one of the few in his party who is taking this stance, but he thinks he's ahead of the game, and he thinks that the rest of his party should come along. Allison.
Leigh, let's talk about coronavirus relief now. Speaker Pelosi explaining today why she's backing that $900 billion bipartisan proposal, which is far less than the $2 trillion she was initially going for. What can you tell us there?
Yeah, so remember before the election, Speaker Pelosi was adamant that it has to be comprehensive, it has to be a big package. Well, she was asked today at her news conference, what gives? Why did she concede to perhaps supporting something less than $1 trillion? And she said 2 things have happened. She said that that Joe Biden won the election and that he actually has a plan to defeat the coronavirus. And she also said there is now a vaccine on the horizon. Very soon, she expects it to get approved from the FDA. And so she says that those 2 things are game changers. But still, Allison, what's also happened behind the scenes is it seems like the Biden team has been really subtly encouraging House and Senate Democrats to pass something. He has been saying that anything that passes in this lame duck is going just to be a start, and he has been sending a lot of signals that he would like something to get passed, and they seem to be listening. Allison.
Leanne, one more question before I let you go. You've also got reporting on the government spending bill that needs to pass a week from today to avoid a government shutdown. Lawmakers hitting some roadblocks there. What's going on?
Yeah, well, there seems to be more optimism actually for a COVID relief bill than there does for the government spending bill. But these two things are probably going to be very closely tied together. One of the big outstanding issues on government funding is, once again, the border wall. The president wants to fund his border wall. Democrats, knowing that there's going to be a new president, do not. I'm told that there has been lots of progress, though, just today on that and many other issues, but they continue to say that no issue is finalized until every issue is finalized. So there's still hope that things will run smoothly and that no government will close down. Allison.
All right. We'll keep the hope. We'll keep the faith alive. Leigh Caldwell, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Hey, NBC News viewers, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here, and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.